I am so grateful that I have stayed the course and that I have been able to build for you this mighty blog cloud. Now, I'm not asking you, I'm going to show you what is here. I'm not asking you to build what I built, because as I built this, Mike watched what I built, and he, like I always say, he does the heavy lifting. He has created the ability for you to produce what I produced here with far less effort. And we will put on training orientations and events on showing you how to do this. That this is built from 50 domains, each with right now 20 subdomains. So I want to take you through a series of these. These are WordPress blogs, by the way, and the Veretekk blogs is modeled after this. So this could all be done with Veretekk blogs as well. Or if you want to do a combination of them, this also incorporates the blog drones that come out of the Platinum Control Panel, which is now called the Market Manager. So let's go through this pretty fast here, because we have a meeting right on the tail end of this. You'll see that I've got a thing called the blog roll. And this is the first one of the series. There's like 50 in here, and it circles all the way around. It's like a big ring. So I'm going to give you some orientation so you can actually go and explore this on your own, so you can see what you have as a member of the bullpen to have your content. Now, I don't know if Lonnie's here or not. Lonnie is doing an awesome job with great content, well constructed, and you'll see him throughout here. Now, I have used Posty as well as RSS feeds to feed these things. I'm using and now I'm not saying you have to do this. I'm just telling you how this is working. So those of you who I recognize as being really good, you'll notice that in your Veramail system, there'll be a checkbox that says Posty 1 or 2 or something like that. When you click on that and you send out your mail, it automatically sets into here using Posty, so it's actually a real live RSS feed. As you can see, all entries RSS feed. You'll see that unlike the feed link, the front page is actually being fed through Posty. This is a section of that. Now, another thing is, when you look at the blog roll, this next one, well, these next two are the next ones down the line of these main blogs. And then these here, these are keywords to sites, like Home-Based Business goes to Stephen Caven's site, Integrated Marketing goes to Veretekk, Trivita goes to itsgoodbusiness.net, which is one of my sites. As I start to manage the development of this, there'll be those of you who I identify who have really good focused campaigns. I will add you into these links. Then the rest of these links are the blog. Right now they're blog drones. So like you go to Facebook Business, this is on the same domain, but it's a subdomain, and it's picking up Manuel Washington's, and I think I forget who this person is. It's not Don Conrad, maybe it is. And it's going through what I call a feed array, so it's not showing all of your Vereblog posts, it's only showing the most recent. And now let me explain something about the most recent. Those of you who go a month without posting to your blog, I throw you out. And then when I throw you out of this type of system here, it's a lot of work for me to go in and update it to people who are current. So I'm picky about you guys getting into the bully pen, or the bullpen, because I want to see the consistency of good posts. Now, there are those of you who make horrid posts, and you're not in the system either. And some of you are you're just horrid. It's like you're never going to learn. You're stubborn. And I keep telling you, stop with all the fancy HTML and tables and borders and all the divisional tags and stuff, and just write good content. You'll see here, Lonnie writes good content. Here's one here. It doesn't identify itself. It's really short. See this one right here? The person that did this is here in this room will know what this is. This is borderline on being tossed out of the system because it's not good content. Now there's mine. Now if you're looking for a good example of good content, look at mine. I spend a lot of time. I write on my Microsoft Word, edit it. I have a whole outline of Microsoft content. And so I'll work on this for 2 or 3 days, and then when I'm done with it, I'll format it in Edit Plus with a template that I've built. I'm branding myself now as marketing professional. So all the stuff that comes from me, you'll see this logo. These are all coming from people from posting into the email of Veremail. Now, at the top of each one of these blogs, you're going to see additional categories. Integrated marketing. That's using FeedSnap. Just a second here, it'll come up. Now this is going to a RSS array that's set up with 2 or 3 set up with 3 accounts that I consider our top quality accounts in the bullpen, publishing their most recent post. Come on. I'm lucky I'm even online. We were offline. There we go. Now, Lonnie is also in that. So they're going to see his. You're going to see a thing about bad credit payday loans. That's Clyde. You're going to see one from Mike, Darling. So those are the 3 for this particular account. Now you're going to see another category here, Veretekk News. That's just stuff coming off of Mike. And then here, this is from my Twitter account. So the content in this, even right now you'll see they all say it's your future, build a business to survive. Every one of these will be a little bit different. So now we're going to move forward. We're going to navigate to the next one. And I'm just going to, and the next one, the same thing. You're going to see integrated marketing, VT news. You'll see different categories. These are FeedSnap links. The main page is coming from Posty. You'll see this is a little bit different. This one's Stephen Cavan. Another great, I mean, you guys want to know how to write? Go to his trainings. There was a person who had posted one line in a link posting to some get rich quick who was in our group. I had to kick him out. One sentence and a link, or a bunch of banners, or stuff that you don't update on a weekly basis. This should become, I mean, this is the core of what Veretekk's all about, folks. It's not about posting your spammy ads, and I'm not saying any of you are doing this, but you'll notice on the Veretekk main wall, there are people, they spend all their time writing 5, 6, 7 paragraphs there, promoting their deal, but you go over and look at their blog and it's empty. They should be posting their blog, and they should be setting up a group, and then you can promote the blog through all these different ways. And I check to see who's making good quality blogs, and I put them in here. So we continue on. So you see this is all the same thing. These are all the subdomains. These are what I would say established members of the bullpen will get links here to their particular keyword. As I work with people in the bullpen and I know what they are, these get added. And like I said, hi Mike. Like I said, Mike has done the heavy lifting. He's now automated the majority of what this is. I just want you to see how powerful this is. Many of these are Australian domains. Many of these are really aged domains. Many of these are I actually have some pretty decent Alexa rankings. They all have the same the one thing that's consistent throughout them all is in my blog roll or linking, I link to the next 2. Then I've got my 3 keyworded links here, and that can grow. And then I've got my subdomains here. Each design's a little bit different, and so this is all being automated now, or has been automated now in the Veretekk system. So you guys don't have to do the magnitude of work that I did here, because I know you won't. All right, so we go to the next one, Australian business. We'll go through these for the next 15 minutes or so. I want you to see these so that you are inspired to write. Where do you write? You go to communications, go to post to blog, put your title, put your link, and start writing in here, or do it the way, some people do it in Edit Plus, other people do it in other types of WYSIWYGs. Come over here, copy and paste it in here. You'll see I'm busy doing that. And each one of these is good, solid, quality content. I'm primarily promoting and building Veretekk, so I write about that. And yeah, we're still #1 in the search engines for automated online marketing. We're still there. I'm going after integrated marketing, which has a lot more competition, a lot more searches, and we'll get it. But this is the kind of stuff you need to do. I have people who have asked to join the bullpen, and I go look at their blog post. And one fellow, he's a good friend of mine, he hasn't posted since 2008. And we need you to be consistently posting in the that should become your first people. When a person signs up into Veretekk and they say, well, where do I start? That's where you start. Well, how do I know what to talk about? Well, we've got that too. And I'll go to hosting, not hosting. Go to resources. In resources, go to videos. In videos, go to prerequisite to building a campaign, so you can really get your mind wrapped around what it is you're doing. And then, you see, there's so many benefits for you doing this, because then as you start writing about it, you'll start to become clear on what your direction is. But be very clear about what your direction is. Otherwise, you start writing about all kinds of stuff all over the place. And if you want to be a member of this, if you want to have your stuff showing up here, 1,000 blogs. Folks, there are people who sell software for $100 to $200 in order for you to be able to publish to their 20 blogs. Okay, do you understand how powerful this is? 1,000, that's 1000. 1,000. And if you create a symbiotic group, we've talked about that before. If you create a symbiotic group, and everybody in that group has done 20 of these, just 20, not 1,000, 20, and you create a group of 100 people, that's 2,000 people working together, creating this huge presence on the internet. Now, I am more than happy to join your symbiotic groups if you are providing good leadership and I look at the content that's coming out of your group. So what I've taken the time to do is to make sure that they're all unique. As we continue to evolve and polish out and improve Verepress, it will have all of the same features. So I'm not here to teach you how to, I will teach you how to do a WordPress blog like this. I mean, some of you want to know how to do this, I will teach you. But what I'm here to do is to explain to you that this blog cloud, and if you build blog clouds, doesn't mean anything if you're not producing good content to put in it. So that's the whole purpose of this meeting here, is to show you that if you produce good content, tell me about it. Say, hey, I'm producing good content. Here's my RSS feed. Go check it out. Then I will invite you to join the bullpen. Do not come and join the bullpen because I check all of your RSS feeds. Do not come join the bullpen if you haven't been using your Vereblog, because this is one of my bullpen. It's my bullpen. It's not Veretekk's bullpen. It's my bullpen. And the whole purpose of my bullpen is to build a symbiotic group where we are all involved in helping each other achieve our goals. And part of that is obviously producing content. If you're on the internet and you're trying to market yourself, and you just want to go pound little tiny ads that you swallow from, you join some MLM group, MLM company, and they say, yeah, here, go publish this ad everywhere, and they give you a little paragraph and a link, and you go over there to the hammer, and you pound it in the hammer and Blast-O-Matic, and you go fly it all over the place on the Veretekk wall, or the V2 wall, and you go stick it in your Vereblog. You're not going to get anywhere. You're not engaging your brain. You must engage so many things, but the primary thing you must engage is your creative development of your content. And I hear people, well, I'm not, I didn't go to English, or I'm not a good writer. I don't care what your excuses are. Just do it. Can you talk? Go get the Dragon software and just blabble away. No, there's no reason to use WordPress now that you have Verepress. I'm showing this to you, David, because I had this mostly done. The purpose of this is not to say, I want you to go out and build something like this, David. I want you to produce content so I can use it in this. And am I using your content in a cloud like this, whether it's WordPress or Verepress or Blogger Drones? When you build a cloud and you have everybody plugged into it from your core in Veretekk, you can control all of this stuff remotely. You produce all of this chaos type of stuff with all of these blogs that you control to produce backlinks, to produce content. Now you go look at some of the sites out there that are at the top of the search engines, and you go look at their Alexa ranking. They have a high Alexa ranking. You go look at their backlinks, and they have 893 backlinks, and they're at the top of a competitive keyword. Well, it's not all about backlinks, but a lot of it is. A lot of it has to do with the quality of those backlinks. And this whole process of what I built here all started in 2007. Like I said, it's the same thing that built the Platinum Control Panel, which is now the Marketing Manager. I have spent the last 2 months, praying for blessings upon Veretekk, praying to help us to get these things finished, praying for God to rain blessings down upon us, praying for direction and focus and discipline, and to be able to get this work done. And what Jesus has been saying to me, what God, the Holy Spirit has been saying to me, is 2 things. Finish up your unfinished business, and even more important than that, get organized. Now, why do you think those messages are being given to me? I wish Mike was able to tell the story. Mike, if you want to tell the story, you can by grabbing your mic. But it's about the 2 farmers, both praying for rain. One farmer takes his tractor into his garage and gets his tractor all fixed up. He goes out and gets all of his irrigation ditches fixed. He gets the gutters on his roof cleaned out. He goes out and cleans out the creek and gets the dam set up. He gets all of his irrigation ready to go. He gets all of his fields plowed ready for planting. The other guy's just sitting over there doing nothing. Everything's in weeds. Everything's clogged. Tractor isn't up to par, but they're both praying for rain. Well, in my praying for rain, the Holy Spirit comes to me and says, well, get ready. Get this stuff out of the way. Get these things finished. Finish the Market Manager. Finish V2. Finish the blog cloud. Finish your bookkeeping. Clean your house. Get your truck fixed up. Get the garage organized. Mow the lawn. Fix the gutters. Paint the house. Get all of this stuff ready to go. So that's what I've been doing. I've been really busy getting organized, because the rain is going to come. During all of this stuff, and this is going to segue us to the next meeting, is when I crossed paths with this guy, Ed Mercer. I started looking into who he is and talking to him. We have so much in common. Other than the fact he's become extremely wealthy, and he's been called to empower 100 people. That's his number, 100 people to become millionaires. He is an excellent mentor. He's a celebrity. He's a billionaire. He has identified a vehicle. To me, I don't care. It's a vehicle. I've looked at the vehicle and I'm like, yep, it fits. The company's tight. It's basic unilevel. It's just a vehicle. I could care less about anything else. A lot of people are like, well, aren't you excited about the products and this and that? And I'm like, look, I'm a businessman. Mike, a lot of you other, you're gonna really appreciate this. All it is to me is it is an investment. It is a vehicle, and it is it's established. And I got this. So I've got the celebrity billionaire. We need the celebrity billionaire for Veretekk, so we can build capture pages that have a uniqueness above beyond most other people. We're going to be able to do this. Veretekk, like this blog cloud. Now all this stuff in Veretekk, I mean, for 15 years I have climbed mountains and mountains and mountains with faith. And Mike and we'd get to the top of a mountain thinking, okay, and we'd look down the mountain, there'd be a beautiful valley, and there'd be another mountain that was even higher than the last one. And we'd already climbed 20 or 30, and we're like, well, you know, what's one more? So, for about 15 years, we have been faithful in building this, and it's coming to a conclusion. We are 99% organized. We need to be 100% organized. We have not left any stones unturned. We have ferreted out every possible thing we can. We moved the servers out of California and we moved them to Cheyenne. We are now, you know, not 100% off the grid, but we're running off of wind power. We're in a triple redundant area where we have bandwidth coming from 3 different locations in a very secure place. Everything is being prepared for the flood. This is the last thing. So what am I asking of you? What are you getting out of this? What is it I'm asking of you? Please type in. There are 41 people here. 39 minus Mike and myself. What am I asking from you to do this? Yeah, that's it. You don't have to do all this other stuff. Mike and I have done it. We do the heavy lifting. All you need to do is produce good, consistent content. Call your leads that come in from your efforts. Recruit and build and support your organizations. And be prepared. Those of you who get involved with us with Ed Mercer, I can tell you it's in my bones. I feel it. It's what we've been preparing for. It won't be the only thing. It's just the beginning. Don't you all... I mean, my focus is not to be rich, but wealth is an important aspect of what I need to do. Don't you all want to take it to the next level where you get over the hump, where you don't have to worry about your job, or you don't have to worry about your investments, or you don't have to worry about your retirement, because all of those are being decimated by the current administration and politics and government of the world today? This is at your feet. We will find a way for all of you to get involved with this, but it is going to take some dedication from you. It's not going to be free. How much would you be willing to invest? How much? If you knew that that investment was going to bring you in within a couple of years or less a fortune, to be able to say, yeah, I have $1 million or more in investments amortized, where I'm financially stable now, where now I can say, what is it I want to achieve And you don't have to worry about the checkbook. Now it's just about the focus and the organization of putting it together. How awesome would it be to be at that point where now you can become a mentor, not just because of your knowledge, but because of your wealth. And so we create 100 millionaires with Ed Mercer, and then we set you out to go do the same thing. How awesome would that be? That is ultimately what this is about. And it all comes back to you, to getting focused, getting organized, getting ready, and publishing. That's all I ask from you. To be in my blog cloud. Publish quality content consistently. Because when I plug you into this, whether it's through Veretekk systems or mine, this system here, it takes work for me to go and assess your content and plug it into my systems. And then to find out later that you dropped the ball. There are people in this room who've dropped the ball so many times that it's unlikely I'll let them back in to what I do. There are people here who have been so consistent since I've known them. David Ogden's one, Lonnie Heiner's another, that I will pursue you to put you in these systems. So this is, you have absolutely no blogging experience and didn't know where to begin. Okay, what is blogging? Anybody here want to answer that? What is blogging? Writing. What is writing? Take one more step. What is writing? Expressing, communicating. Right now, what I'm saying to you, and you're recording it, you could take it and rewrite it, and you would have content. If you can't get your arms around that, then get out of the business. Don't waste your time, and don't waste mine. I see people write 4, 5, 6, 7 paragraphs in Skype. Really good stuff explaining how they don't know how to write. Or they just can't, write a set of emails, or they can't publish to their blog. I'm like, Mike, is there a way that we can set up Skype so we can pull RSS feeds on that and stick it out here? Don't tell me this. Just don't tell me I don't know how to blog. I don't know how to write. Because if that's the case, then you're going to be a slave to working at, McDonald's or a car wash or a 10-minute oil change place. Yeah. Just start writing. No. There are people who also, I'll tell you some secrets about blogging too. A lot of things people make mistakes in blogging. One, when you're blogging, pretend you're on an airplane or a train or you're driving long distance with a friend in the car. When you write like you're talking to your friend. Don't write to the robots. Please. The robots don't make friends with you. In fact, as search engines become more sophisticated, robots are looking for people who write to them, and they will discount you for doing it. Write as though you're talking to a friend. And another thing, big mistake people on the internet trying to market do, is they try to produce an article every day. They said every day writing articles. Some people produce 2 or 3 articles a day. No, once a week. That's it. Because if you're blog, your site's content is changing 3 or 4 times a day, the search engines they'll ignore you. You know, James Eckberg has multiple sclerosis, so he writes about it. He's an expert on it. He actually has the disease. So he's always researching it, looking for new cures and treatments, and he writes about it. My ex-wife has MS, James. I'm very familiar with it. In fact, I was on the phone with her the other day, and she was telling me that some new breakthrough cure has occurred. I don't have the details, but you might know about it. I'm sure that you're focused on that too. So that's what you write about. I'm just popping through these as I talk. You can see the magnitude of all the different designs and things I've done over. This is a 5-year project. Mike was like telling me the other day, "Don't do this. Just tell me what you need and I'll do it." I'm like, "Mike, I need to finish this. I mean, it's, if nothing else, it's like a old oil painting. I just need to finish it. I may not sell it. It may go in the warehouse someday. I just needed to finish it." This gives us a tremendous amount of value. Now, I often fantasize, what if I could get 200, I get my little calculator out. I love my calculator. I have a very old-fashioned Casio calculator. I get it out and I'm like, God, wouldn't that be great? I get 200 people into my Symbiotic group. Yeah, okay. And I get each one of them to do something like this, 1,000 blogs. So I take that 200 times 1,000 blogs. Wow, that's 200,000. Imagine the power of 200,000. Unique, chaos centered, unique back systems. Gareth, you are your own worst enemy. I have dealt with you before. You try to think way too much into this. Why would anybody want to do business with you? That's what you should need to write about. How are you going to turn anything into something to market if you can't start with yourself? Who are you? Let's say you knocked on my door. You were my neighbor and I never met you. I lived here 20 years. And you wanted to sell me something. And then Tim across the creek, he knocks on my door. My kids ride his horses. My wife hangs out with his wife. He and I go hunting, fishing together. We share a lot of stuff together. It's simplicity, that's right. So, once you get going with writing, you get better at it. It becomes easier, it becomes second nature. The only thing that holds me back from writing is I've never learned how to type. I'm not complaining. I'm not using any excuse. I still get a lot of writing done. Gordon, we're talking about writing. Since I've posted in your blog a sample of writing, I think you've written one article and that's it. You've always asked me, where do I start? How do I use the system? And I'm telling all of you, you need to spend, Gordon's involved in send-out cards, so you need to talk about that. And if you give yourself once a week to write this stuff, every day you can start an outline. Every day you can add some things to it. Or you'll be doing some other work and you'll have a thought. Stop, write the thought down, or have a little hand recorder and blah, 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 blah. And then when it's all quiet, you don't have any interruptions, gather the thoughts and continue to improve the article. Don't wait till the last minute and say, oh my God, it's been a week. I got to get this done. And try to write something up. Say, oh well, I'm just going to go over there to that business opportunity and I'll grab a couple of those things. I'll throw it in there. I'll stick a banner in there. I'll wrap it around in a table. I'll put a bunch of fancy stuff in there and I'll throw it in the blog. And then you blow everybody else's blogs up because of all the bad code in it, and it doesn't have any content really in it. It's just bull. And then you wonder why you get thrown out of everything. Alright, so I'm going to bring this meeting to a close because I have to prepare for our meeting with Ed in about 20 minutes or so. So I'm going to stop the screencasting. I will give you, here's the beginning of the blog cloud. It's for our future leads. Here's the link. Go explore it. But I'll tell you what, when you decide that you want to go join the bullpen, and I want you to join the bullpen, I want to help you, you better have postings of some considerable. And I don't care what you write about, Gareth. Write about your car. Write about your kids. Write about the insanity family life you have. Write about all of your interruptions. Keep note of all the interruptions in one day and then write about them the next day. Write about politics. Write about how you love, Barack Obama or how you hate Barack Obama. Write about how you love socialism or how you love capitalism. Write about the Tea Party or write about the Wall Street people. Just write about something. We all have things. I mean, there's so many things I could write about. I could spend all day writing. My son. Then we're going to go. I'll give you a quick. My son, my beautiful son, who I raised on a narrow path with the Word of God to be polite. He was an excellent student, lettered in football, lettered in wrestling. Said what he was going to do, did what he said, says what he do. I mean, got a scholarship to go to officer training at San Diego State University, moves to San Diego, and in 3 months living with his aunt is a total, she's just really corrupt. He quit talking to me. I haven't talked to him now in a month. Gareth, if you keep asking that question, then the obvious thing is you're not getting it. Go to the resources in Veretekk, go to videos, scroll down to where you have to figure out your why. Nobody's going to do business with you if they don't know who you are. Nobody's going to go do business with you if you don't know why you're doing it. Anyway, I got to call it. I got to call Tony. I got to arrange some Skype stuff to happen. The next meeting is going to be in this room, so if you want to stick around for it, go ahead, but turn off your recorders. The next meeting is not to be recorded. Thank you very much. I'm going to put the music back on. I recorded this meeting, by the way, so it'll be up on my wall in V2. Bye for now.